Hi there. Today's theme from the Dragons is the energy that you are speaking is speaking louder than any words that you are saying. It is for you to understand that your energy, what you are transmitting, the vibration, the frequency, the song, the notes, the scent, your sentiment, your intention, everything that's there about you, that is what is speaking to anyone who is listening. If you're in a negotiation, if you are in business, if you are in a relationship, if you are, I don't know, selling your house, if you're buying a new car, if all of it is like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling about this situation? How much joy, how much bliss, how much excitement is within you as this takes place? The reason that I get to see and hear so many stories about things that are not happening when women have a mission, they have had the insight, they are passionate about something, they want to bring something in. But what happens is there's something behind the scenes, there's something that's just in the normal way that you act, the normal way that you think about things, the normal way that you feels like, no, you're not certain that this is going to happen. You're not even truly believing that it's going to happen. So we need to clear out this lack of belief that this is never going to happen for you, and the faith and the trust that you can develop for yourself so that just things can start to work. Now, my work is all about helping you to broaden the broadband so that you are seeing, healing, hearing, feeling that source, spirit, the universe, God is speaking to you, that you are getting insights, that you are getting guidance. What happens then is that how you think you need to work and how you think you need to operate changes. It's not the how anymore, it's the why. It's like, oh, this is so much bigger than me. This is my why. I've been self-serving up until now. I've been trying to get money for myself so I can survive. Now I can see it's so much bigger. And I have so many great ideas that were given to me by source, God, universe. And I'm ready to step into and embody that version of me. So your energy starts speaking the truth. Your energy starts going, it's not just for me. It's I'm doing God's work. I'm doing the work for my soul. I'm listening to my soul through all of this. I'm being guided. So the theme here, again, I'm going to say it again, who you are speaks. Who you are being speaks. It's louder than anything that you say. If you could feel what I'm feeling, which you can, if you can feel what someone else is feeling, one of the main things that I'm always teaching people right at the beginning, right at the get-go, because we forget to use it, is what's your yes and what's your no? And let's start with yes and no communication. And it's a bit like one of the games that I play with the kids, like, what am I thinking? And if they were actually able to kind of go, is it this or is it that? They would decipher what I'm thinking so much faster and they would win the game. If we're playing a game of cards and I'm just like, I'm only open for a six, I'm only open for. So you start using how you're living and how you're operating. You start using God and source, and it's not all for serious stuff. It's like, how do we operate from here? And I teach you the fun ways to actually go forward and do that. Today's activation through the dragon cards is going to help you understand, depending on what number you chose, one, two, three, or four, what is it that you can focus on and you can concentrate on this week. This is not for your mind. I say this every week. It is not for your mind. It is for your cells. It is for your heart. It is for your whole body, because your whole body is the transmitter. And as I get into source, as I get into my own conduit, as I start talking about this, I get hot. So you get to understand that you are the transmitter. You are in the conduit. You are the conductor of energy. So, for example, if I had energy that I wanted to share, I would be in that energy. Your vibration changes. So this isn't for your mind. This is for your cells. This is for your heart. This is for your body. So listen to whatever card comes up forever, whatever number you chose, and then listen to them all because they'll all be interlinked with this particular theme this week. Listen to what needs to be heard. And as I'm reading, allow yourself to open your mind and receive as much as you can receive, because you will be, as I'm in this God zone at the time that I'm reading the cards and I'm with you today, you will be receiving an activation. Whenever I'm talking about the dragons, whenever I'm talking about being in the God zone, whenever I'm talking about being in the conduit, being a conductor of energy, I am in that source, and that's why I get so hot. So you might feel sensations, you might feel flickers, you might feel vibrations change. That's you shifting. So allow all those information to come in. And your mind won't necessarily understand what's going on, but your soul will. So this is an activation and a waking up for your soul. Now, you have a mission. The reason that you're here is you have some things that you want to change on a global scale. It's like, my God, if only I could change that, that would help so much. It helped me so much. But how do I do this? How am I doing this? Like, okay, get out of the how and start really sitting into and listening into the why. Why is this so important? Okay, so that's what the dragons have for us today. The theme, your energy is speaking way louder than the words you're saying. The dragons, when they came to me, sometimes when I'm writing a post or when I'm thinking about something and overthinking and saying, Fiona, it's not in your words. And then they'd leave it at that. So I've had to really understand what is in my energy, what's in my intention, what do I want you to pick up from what I'm saying, from what's coming through. And this is why I do this every single week, even regardless, I show up, even if I don't feel like it. So the humanity is now shifting, and especially in 2026, year of the horse, humanity is going to be shifting into who are you being? All right. So listen to the messages today, what comes up, and you will feel more, you will understand more, and you will take this away on a completely different level. So let's dive in and pick out anybody who wanted card number one. Now, this is what I do. I'm giving it the intention. I'm allowing that this is, what you feel, who you're being is way more important than what you're saying. Being who you are being. So, I'm speaking the dragon light language because the way it comes through to me allows me to step out of the way and just be more in the conduit. So if you ever are in a dull place and you want to lift that up, sing or speak your own light language. You will notice that certain things come through that are repetitions in the light language, which means that there is a mess. Whatever comes through you is for you. First card has flopped out of the pack. So this first message then, let's go to the first message, number 23. And it's Raphael. Raphael is all about your focus, which is ideal for today. Raphael is all about how you can get into the vibrations of things, your intention behind things. So here we go. Number 23. I'm going to read this out for you now. So first card today, number 23, Raphael. Okay. His card, intention. Know yourself as more powerful than anyone ever imagined. In other words, what you're feeling, who you are being, is more powerful than anything that you've been taught or learnt in your education. You have to know how powerful you are. The message here, you are being asked to trust your deepest knowledge and knowing of what is in the right direction for you, and not to rely on others to point you towards your path. It is your very own powerful intention that you were born with, the vision source has for you, that counts. And those are the readings, the business readings that I do, your purpose reading, the vision source readings. Here you find what is the absolute depths of you, what you live for and what drives you and what seeks you and what you came in here for. So often you will find that those who don't follow their divine path, their desires, their gut instincts, their dreams, become depressed as they give their true power away. following the rules and accepting family traditions and seeking acceptance, needing self-pride to prove themselves as worthy in the traditional old ways of success. What also happens here is you're looking for the outside world to give you validation. You're asking someone else, is this the right thing for me? Would this be the right thing for me? Is this what I should wear? Is this what I should say? This is when you're following someone else's strategy rather than diving in and really understanding your own strategy. There are specific steps to take to discover the intention that you were born with. What some may call your dharma, your destiny, your true purpose and passion. It is not the same as if somebody gives you an intention that is not truly yours. Think about all those musicians that started out as doctors or dentists, or they were trying to do something to fit in with the family. They were trying to do something that the family wanted them to do. They wanted to feel loved by and belong to their family, but they didn't follow what was in their heart. So it's not the same as somebody gives you the intention. You will feel the mundane obligation running through it and be bored too soon in the energy that pursuit that is unfulfilling. So finding your personal specific intention is truly beautiful and feels unlimited and incredibly freeing. I was asking my sons this just recently, if you were never to do this again, how would you feel? And one of them was like, I couldn't live. I couldn't live, Mum. I don't want to be here if I don't want to, if I can't get to do this. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. And that was what it felt like if I was to say I was never to go into the conduit, if I was never to help people through what and break through what they were actually doing. If I don't do this until the day I die, if I don't write books about it, if I don't do talks about it, then I don't want to be here. There's like no fun to my life. I'm obsessed about this. I'm obsessed about you creating your new reality. I'm obsessed about it. So discovering your intention is like going on a journey. It's like going on a trip and finding out who you really are, finding out what gives you pleasure, what gives you joy, what feelings you like the most. It's rich and transformative. And from that, you find your deepest, deepest intention. So Raphael is saying today, which is our theme today, like what you put out there, how you feel, how you are being is way more powerful than your words. Though sometimes we're educated in words, in grammar, in conjunction of like sentences and maths and all that kind of stuff. But if it doesn't drive you, if it doesn't wake you up, then it's not your thing. All right. So my intuition, your telepathy, your ability to read people, channel, the fact that you've got a mission and it just won't leave you alone. It just keeps popping up. It keeps coming back at you. You're already on your mission, but you want to make this more powerful. Like, how do you do that? Would be one of your questions. Like, well, why do you do it? Why is it so important to you? And it changes how you feel on the inside. So that was Raphael this week with card number 1. Okay, so let's just go back to the pack again. And we're going to be asking along this theme, which is who you are being, which is your true, true currency. It's like you trust that so much, you're driven by it. So, how you are turning up, who you are being, your feeling, your intention is way more powerful than anything you say. So, card number 2, let's see what pops out today. Oh, wonderful. All right. So the second card is Bloom number 41. Bloom is a very playful way of doing things. That's why she's always showing me different games of how we can actually make this work in a more fun and exciting way. So Bloom is card number 2 this week. Card number 2, Bloom this week. She is so playful, so raucous, so out of the box. She will give you ideas. But remember, listen to this and feel this with your whole body, with your cells, with your heart, and let the information drop in because as you listen, you will be in the conduit with me. All right. Let's just duff that then and start that again as I put these on my as I put these on my YouTube as well. So let's start again. Ha! All right, so number 41, create the frequency of the feeling that you want to experience the most. This is Bloom. She is a very, very playful card, hence why she made my phone fall over. And this is all about how you're feeling, how you're being is going to broadcast to the world. That is your transmission. So you may have found so many reasons not to do this so far. Well, it's okay. I'll just carry on doing my job. I'll just carry on doing what I normally do. I'll just work harder. I'll work longer hours. The life force of your creation needs a space to land. So enjoy the value of making this important enough to you for you to invest fully with your mind, your body, your soul, and you will bring this into your whole mind and body experience. Create the reality in the invisible realm. Playfully imagine and focus on your desire, and create a space like a sanctuary for this to land, to be born, to develop, to grow, and bring it fully to life. One of the main things that I would suggest here is like sitting in silence for half an hour. I often ask my clients, how have you meditated? Have you managed to clear your mind? Have you sat in the forest for half an hour? No phones, no notepads, no intentions, nothing. You're not expecting to get anything out of it, but you're just being in the conduit. Can you feel what it's like to have the feeling inside you of what you most deeply desire? There is a game you can play by stepping into a character, a version of you that has this very experience that you desire the most. For this example, we will use the experience of being loved as an opening to the embodiment experience. This game of creation with your feelings has incremental steps that will allow you to play and feel the experience that you want to go on to create. And that has you dreaming of the most and the real of the most as real as you can have it here and now. The feeling of receiving love, as the example that we're going to use today, it has its root in all your future creations. It's like, oh, I love, 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 love that. Many, many, many of you humans feel that you have not received the love that you wanted. And therefore you can continue to dream about how much love you would like to have experienced. So for the person growing up with the feeling of lack of love, that you haven't experienced the amount or the depth of love that you wanted to experience, you will need to start small. You can find something that helps you to feel love. It could be in many cases the experience of a puppy or a kitten. Puppies are very, very simple to start with. As something that makes your heart melt unconditionally. You don't have any expectations from the puppy or the kitten. You just bring that feeling into your body as if you have the wriggling puppy in your arms and you're playing with that puppy for 5 minutes and then 10 minutes and then maybe up to half an hour. And you're letting all of your humans step to one side. You step into the character or the child or the teenager or the adult on the floor playing with an innocent puppy. Now you can do this in imagination or you can actually get down on the floor. You can feel it fun and it's biting and rolling over and it smells milky and oaty like puppies do. It feels so fantastic and it's wriggling and it's exuberant and it's naughty and adventurous and cheeky and it has no fear. It is running up and down and biting your hands and chewing at your sleeve and pulling and tugging at your clothes. And then all of a sudden it falls fast asleep in your arms. Its big, round, soft belly moving up and down as it sleeps. How you feel in your body to this introduction is the creation of the innocence and unconditional feeling of love, bringing that fully into your body. So why are we telling this story? Create the frequency and the feeling that you want to experience the most. If you have something that you want to experience, but it's like so big, you can't even imagine what it feels like. We need to walk our way into that so that you can start to understand how things feel. Remember that the whole theme for today is it's not what you're saying that counts, it's what you're transmitting. If you're transmitting love, so many things around you change. I cannot tell you. People give you parking spaces, they step out of your way. People are so lovely, they give you gifts. When you're oozing and transmitting and radiating love, so it's a practice, then how you bring this into your everyday that helps you to create your own reality. It helps you to create and fulfill and see things come in for you that you could only have imagined, but it's matching your frequency. The longer you stay in the love vibe. Now, the reason things don't happen is because often we just have this, oh, okay, well, I felt it now. Okay. This is my comfort zone. We don't want to live in your comfort zone. We want to keep elevating and evolving and bringing more and more love, exuberance, abundance in. But if we don't know how to feel that, we have to be educated how to feel so that you can transmit that, open up, feeling so much gratitude and joy. And some of you will be going, so much talk about gratitude and joy. Like, I am joyful. Well, if you were joyful, you would have things around you that made you feel joyful because you are a transmitter and therefore you can only receive what you are transmitting out. Okay, it's a like for like situation. It's 1 and 1 equals 2. It's like, you do this, well, I'll tit for tat. That is how I can explain that situation to you. So thank you, Blue. That was a very, very powerful and simple to understand message. Thank you. We're going to dive now into, everything fell down. We're going to dive now into card number 3. So if you chose card number 3, and that is what you want to hear the message for, so what do I need to do? How do I need to change? How can I be more of this being rather than this person who is thinking and trying to find exactly the right words? How do I be this energy? So, and again, and we're back onto Raphael. How funny is that? Okay. Right. Okay. So the third one is number 17, Raphael. I wasn't expecting Raphael today, but I think it is absolutely perfect the way he's coming through. 17, because he is all about your focus. All right. So we are going to speak and listen to Raphael. Remember, when you hear the message, listen with your whole body, listen with your mind, your body, your soul. Let the information ooze in. This is an activation, remember, that you are in the God zone, that you are in the conduit. So let the information flood through you. His message: single-minded focus makes your mind such a beautiful, beautiful tool. This is in an extraordinarily powerful time for you. Your thoughts will be quickly able to manifest for you with some laser focused attention. Now, this is the theme for the whole theme today. It's like, be aware that your mind is taking in information that's still so irrelevant, chaotic, muddled, and confused. And you are thinking far too much. This constant thinking stops you from getting what you want. Your creation will come faster with a mastered mind. And when you are laser focused on your desire and your feelings, think of the puppy story that we just did in Bloom. Your mind is a beautiful tool, an asset when it is singly mindedly focused, laser focused. And that is your greatest power right now, to practice and trust that this is your best practice. The stories that you are telling, the way that you're allowing yourself to feel through the stories and the words and what you're focused on. It's not just mental focus, but it's like, I love the way this feels. I'm going to stay in this as long as I possibly can and milk it. Single-minded laser focus over time gets easier and easier. It's a practice. And it gently stops the over-analyzing, chaotic, over-rational, linear, processing and busy thinking mind. I love your mind, but really, enough of that. The mind is a beautiful tool to be skillfully mastered, just like your body, giving you constant feedback and direction via your internal instinctive feelings, and becoming aware through all of your earthly senses You will soon have learned to read these easily through the barometer of your body. So you've been given signs all the time from the universe, from the dragons, from your soul, from source, from God. And you would need to read those because they're coming up through your body as signs. Now, that can be consciously one of your focuses, or you can be focusing on what it is that you want to feel, which is the last message. Create the frequency of what you want to experience the most. Without focus and direction, the mind jumps all over the place, looking for something to latch onto, to believe in its identity. By giving your mind a single focus, it shows it specifically to latch onto that, what to look for, what to recognize, and what is actually relevant. If you know anything about RAS, reticular activation system, this is when you say, oh, my friend drives a red Volkswagen Polo soft top. And all of a sudden, you just keep seeing red Volkswagen soft tops. You think, oh, is that my friend? Oh, is that my friend? So your reticular activation system is something that's very interesting about the way your mind focuses. If you can give it something to focus on, it will keep looking for that everywhere. The same as if I say, who's the best person that I don't know, who's the best person that I need to watch or listen to that has something that they may teach me that I'm not looking at or getting right now? And the universe, through you, will start putting up people in front of you, messages, signs, huge, great big billboards, posters, and that you are consciously going to go, I was just asking for that. This is how all of this works. This is your manifestation, your creation, and this is you getting signs from the God zone. Your focus acts like a filter of how you choose to experience the world around you. So if you've said, oh, nothing's working out for me, everything's rubbish, I've got no money, I've got no love, I've got no partner, I've got no home, using that as a big example. And then you turn around and kind of go, oh my God, everything's working out really well for me. I've found my soulmate. I've got money coming in. Everything's working out well for me. I couldn't have dreamed of anything better. Guess which one you're going to get? Well, you're going to get either of them, depending on how you're thinking, feeling, and how you're talking. Depending on what you're focusing on, depending on what you're obsessed about, you will get that. The more you are regurgitating what's not working for you, I'm sorry, but that's just what you will get more of. It's not about being a good girl and then, well, I deserve better. It's because, well, we can only give you back what you're thinking about, what your frequency is. And if this is not a concept for you, come into my group, Practical Magic, because I explain that over and over again with so many examples. By further focusing and bringing in more of the finer details and amplifying and intensifying your thoughts and feelings, this is when your surroundings fade away and you fail to notice everything around you except the world that you choose to focus on and experience. All the dramas cease to exist when you focus on the feeling and focus on your attention. Your focus amplifies the experience of what you desire the most. So this is interesting. You are the creator. You focus on something and you have that arrive and get into evidence because you pull it down. You focus on something and it becomes into your world, into your field, into your observation, and you start noticing it. You start getting evidence of what you put out there. I have had clients who've got amazing altered relationships with their family. I've got clients who say, I hold you so totally responsible for my upturn in my finances, because together we allow them to change their story and believe that that was all the evidence that they needed. Raphael, brilliant message today. Thank you very much. We're going to move on to card number 4, and we're going to see how that plays out, watching all the birds playing outside, how that plays out for you. So the main thing is that how you transmit, how you are sending out your energy, how happy you are, how delicious you find your life, how successful you feel, even if it's, you're conjuring up a different image of something, you're telling a different story. It's not quite there yet. But you're telling a different story about it. You're saying everything is working out really well for me. I've got more than clients. I'm watching them all create their own reality. How much fun is that? Be the transmission of what you want to receive. So this is the one that fell out on top. I'll just check. Is this the one you want me to? Yes, it is. So that's the one that they want me to read. Ooh. This is ceremony number 50. The 64 messages in the pack, these all came from an interview I had with a dragon who's called Seraphina, and then she introduced me to these other dragons and their sentiments about how life works, how we operate going forward by being sensory, multisensory transmitters. So let's see what this message is all about. Oh, you got to love it. Okay, so ceremony, the rainbow dragon. She wants you to come under and celebrate and just celebrate and celebrate and just know exactly who you are. Fully sensory, multi-dimensional being. You. Explore the truly expansive worlds and magical realms. What she means by this is when you allow yourself to play, to focus, to feel the frequency of what you want to experience the most, you're allowing all of that in. There's so many different colors and so many different shades. What I want won't be the same as what you want to discover. What your mission won't be the same as my mission, but we're all part of a jigsaw puzzle, bringing this evolution of population together. Let's see what she has to say. Should you ever feel uncertain about following your passion in this life, and if you are expressing it fully, invite yourself to explore the expansive worlds and realms that exist in the playfulness of children, for example. So far unhindered and still innocent in their imagination on supercharge. Unaware of any restrictions and social limits, any boxes or rules of who they can be or have to be socially to adhere to. Where there are no made up invisible boundaries restricting your growth, only pure imagination and playing full out. Can you imagine standing on stage? Can you imagine singing your heart out? Can you imagine traveling the world? Can you imagine flying in a private jet? Can you imagine? If you can imagine it, you can have it. So you are a fully sensory being who breathes in feelings as color, lives a lighter, joyful life. There are no burdens. It is experience the breath and the flow of life. You feel you know why you are here, why you came to experience in every sensation that is possible, and you do it with simplicity, playfulness, and ease. It feels so light to be glorious with a heart rejoicing. Humans have become so dense and heavy and stuck in what we see as the survival mode, using your words. With the frequency of serious, sensible, stuck, stale, stable, and just about surviving. Even your children are asked to be serious these days, to grow up and stop pretending. To be fully sensory is a lighter vibrational existence in the physical, where there are no heavy lines or boundaries. Multi-dimensional interspecies and conscious communications are happening all the time. And the next generations already know this and already know and play with this. They have this knowledge of what's available, what's invisible to the eye, but just in a different spectrum. Just not yet in solid form. This is what we're bringing in. We're bringing things in that are not available to the physical human eye, but we can feel it, we can sense it, we can imagine it, we can talk about it, we can bring it in, we can create that in our own reality. This multisensory knowing experience is a reality for you too. And all while still being on the physical earth, playing in the flesh and bones body, experiencing gravity and exploring the frequencies of living consciously. It's an evolution. It's a step up. And this is where the fifth sense becomes your sixth sense. And these evolve into your seventh and your eighth and beyond that. And the next generations are going to be so much more medium telepathy, just knowing and seeing. They will have a broader spectrum of, they will be ninjas, a broader spectrum of vision, a broader spectrum of what they feel and they know, and they can bring different things in. They are amazing, and we are the pioneers of all of this for the next generations. This is my mission. And if you want to live like this is what I offer. I offer you the readings that allow you to see the vision that Source has for you. I allow you to play for 30 days, expanding your frequency, the mental stories that you have, creating your own reality. This is a course that I run. It's a 30-day examples of like, how do we step into this? And I'm starting this again in January. So, and this is when you'll turn around and say, I hold you solely responsible for my upturn in my cash. I hold you solely responsible for losing some weight. I hold you solely responsible for finding the love of my life, or selling my house, because the stories that you tell, the frequency that you're in, it is way more important than the words you use. It is like who you are being. And this, my loves, this, my, like, this is how to live. This is all of it. This is the realms that I've been praying in, and living in, and experimenting in with myself and with several hundreds of you, so that we can show that this is actually what works. This is phenomenal, and it is so, so exciting. So if you want to play for 30 days, creating your new reality, starting in January, we will be expanding the way you think, expanding the way you see, expanding your whole potentiality, expanding the stories that you tell, the way that you feel. And I will feel into you to see how you're matching up with that. We will get feedback. We will get guidance from source. But it's ultimately, it's you that changes. It's you that changes on the inside. It's how you feel about your life. It's how you feel about people. It's how you feel about your clients. It's how you feel about the love of your life. It's how you feel about your house, how you feel in your frequency. We will be moving you through every 30 days, and I'll be doing 30 days, and then I'll be doing another 30 days, because you have to do this as a lifestyle. You have to do this every single day to make this count. We're going to expand you into the conduit, so that you're a conductor and transmitting your energy the way it's always meant to have been. If you're ready to play at this level, I'll put the link down below. We are moving into 30 days of creating your own reality, and it's going to be so much fun. If you want to live like this, if you want to receive guidance, then look for the link below, and it's 30 days of just living and vibrating, fine-tuning, telling a different story. And you'll be doing this every single day, showing up every single day in January, so that you can move into this feeling multi-dimensional being that you are, that you came in to be, for the rest of the year. So without further ado, I shall wish you a very, very pleasant day. Now I'm just going to shut off my energy so that I'm not taking on anybody else's energy, and I suggest you do these kind of things as well. You allow yourself to get into the conduit, to raise yourself up, to bring the energy all the way down through your body, and then clean your energy regularly, because you will be around people that are affecting your energy and bringing you down, so that you can use more of your fine focus to bring more good stuff in for you. So thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate that, and have a fabulous week. Let me know what you thought about your message. If you've got any questions, come on my free call on Thursday in my group Practical Magic, and we can answer some questions for you.